Are we on? I think we're on. All right. Hopefully this mic's picking up. Okay, hopefully this is filming. Now, welcome back. It's been a while. We're doing Drives with Jack. It's been like a year, 2 years. And I thought, what better way to celebrate the comeback than with doing it in the new car, right? If you guys didn't know, this is the new 2025 Tesla Model 3 I picked up around about a month and a half, almost 2 months ago. It's been a huge dream of mine. I've been writing it on my whiteboard and journaling for like the last 2-3 years, and I'm, have put in the work, and I'm finally able to pick it up, which is awesome. So I've got the 2025 Model 3 in black, and couldn't be happier. And look, you can see the title of this video is to trust your gut and go for it, right? Now, it's kind of broad when you say that, right? It's kind of broad when you say, oh yeah, just trust your gut and go for it. Like, what does that actually mean? Okay, and I want to take this video just to first off say, hey, it's been a while that we've done one of these, and just to really explain something that's gonna help you, because you might be watching this video and you might be in the midst of really not knowing what you're doing with your life, or you feel like you don't know what you're doing with your life. And it can be really confusing because you feel like you've been doing so many things right, maybe so many things wrong, and you might lose a little bit of hope because you might think, well, I want to do one thing, but everyone else is telling me to do the other thing, so maybe I should listen to them, right? Maybe I should listen, and because, the thing that I want to do, maybe it's not good for me, right? And I want you to know that the thing that you want to do, if you feel it in your gut that you should do it, that you need to do it, then you need to go with that gut feeling, right? Even if it seems counterintuitive to the rest of your life, even if it seems like it's not going to make sense, or even if everyone else is telling you not to. And I'm going to give you some examples of how I've been able to do this in my life, how it led me to really now being able to get the car that I want, being able to, not just get my dream car, one of my dream cars, but be able to grow my life, my businesses, the income that I make to heights that, look, previous Jack, like from 5-10 years ago, previous Jack from like almost a decade ago wouldn't have, he would only have dreamed of, right? And the reason I have been able to achieve these things, and I'll go into a bit more detail in a second with them, is because I trusted my gut. Even if things might have pointed in the other direction, even if people told me, well, maybe you shouldn't do that, or maybe it's a bit risky, or, maybe you should do this instead, right? And I'm going to go back to really when I first started my very first online venture of business, right? Which was Amazon FBA, okay? Because you might be in this spot, right? And when I first got into Amazon, I was pretty comfortable in a full-time retail job. I was getting paid okay money. I was still living at home, but I was happy in the sense I wasn't happy with my job, but I was happy with the life that I was living. And I was, I was chilling. I didn't hate my life. I had it all right. But my gut was telling me that I wanted more. I was destined for more in my life, right? And when I started looking into online business, what I wanted to do, and I stumbled upon Amazon FBA and I started doing it, I had a few people that I was working with at the time that would say things like, oh, Mr. Entrepreneur, kind of doubting if it was viable. What is Amazon? No one knew what Amazon was, and kind of had doubts, right? And people saying, well, online business, a lot of people thought online business, this is back in 2016, online business isn't really viable, is it? You need real income. And I thought, well, my gut's telling me that this is very viable because there's so many other people doing it, right? Living in Australia, where we lag behind the rest of the world, especially America, like 5-10 years. So many people in America were doing it, and I knew that people in Australia were already doing it, so why couldn't I make money online and make enough where I didn't have to go to a job? And I knew in my gut that that's what I wanted. I wanted to earn a livable income online. So I started Amazon. Contradicting to what a lot of people were saying. I started it, and it took 6 months or so to actually get up and running, sell my first product. Almost a year actually, and then I started making money from it. In my first month of selling, I did over $3,000 in profit, and at the time that was more than my normal 9 to 5, right, and my retail job. And that was the first instance of me trusting my gut and just going for it. Now, the same thing happened to me when I started doing YouTube. So I knew that a lot of people wanted help with what I was doing. I loved talking about Amazon, and I knew other people would benefit. So I started doing YouTube. I started posting about YouTube, and I told my parents that I wanted to do YouTube and just document my journey. And my parents are very, very supportive. Now, my dad, being my dad, he said, look, and he's a man of strong values, right? And I always respect what he says. He said, look, just make sure that you be careful and actually just don't talk about stuff before you do it. So he's a man where his values are, don't just talk, okay? You gotta walk the walk, right? Don't just talk about it, do it. And I really respected that. And I said to him, Dad, my gut is telling me that I should do it, that I should start posting about YouTube. I'm not telling people about stuff that I want to do before it's happened, but I just want to document. And he said, that's fine. And at the time, he's like, okay, but you're still gonna have to get a job. Because at the time I was earning all right money with my online business, but not enough, right, to move out of home. So I trusted my gut. I started doing YouTube. I loved posting. I was doing like 3 videos a week at the time, very consistently, like very, very consistently. And doing YouTube was what, by accident, I ended up, by accident, it helped me find my love for starting a coaching business. And that just came about because people were asking about, they wanted help with the Amazon business. A lot of Aussies were saying, hey, Jack, look, can I pay you to teach me? And I thought, look, I never had an idea to do this. I just wanted to share what I was learning and my progress in my life. But hey, let's do it. And 8 years later, Ecom Educate, I still run that business to this day. And I only would have gotten there from trusting my gut. If I didn't trust my gut, I didn't start YouTube, I never would have been here. I probably wouldn't have been in this car talking to you in this way, right? I would have been going a different direction. My car's freaking out. Thinks I'm gonna crash, but it's all right, bro, just chill. So I wouldn't have got there if I didn't trust my gut. Now, why is this relevant to you? Why is this relevant to this video? One of the reasons I'm making this video is because I've been getting that same feeling for quite some time now about trusting my gut about the direction that I want to go in. Just in terms of my life, in terms of business, what I love to do, what I love to talk about, what I love to help people with. And why is this relevant? So it's relevant because lately I've been getting that same feeling of, hey, look, my gut's telling me I need to go in a certain direction. And what is that direction? So for me, I have loved my coaching business so much that it's changed my life completely. Like, we're at the point now where would have sold, and I don't really talk about this much, but in info, I would have sold, like, pretty much would have been over $1 million in this at this point in time. Right, and it's changed my life in so many ways. It's given me so many opportunities, and I absolutely love the idea of info and coaching. Right, I'm gonna make sure that I've just come back from gym. I'm gonna make sure I've got my wallet and everything. Oh, we're going to get coffee, by the way, at Macca's. So the employees are gonna see my mic and be like, what's this vlogger doing? Where he's working in a Tesla and he's driving around in a battery pack, and you know how it is in Queensland. Nah, it's not that bad, but we're gonna go get a coffee from Macca's. So I thought I'd, be a great opportunity. So look, my gut is telling me, okay, what do I want to talk about now? Or not just what I want to talk about, what direction do I want my life to head in now? And it is in coaching, in info, in not just beginner e-commerce stuff, right? I've been in e-commerce for almost a decade now, and things change. So what does my gut tell me? My gut's telling me, hey, you've got an awesome business, Ecom Educate. We're still bringing in new people every single week. We're helping those people to really start their own e-commerce businesses through Amazon, through selling on Amazon. You shouldn't stop that. At least don't stop it abruptly, right? So if you're watching this and you are an Ecom Educator, you've been with us for a while, don't worry, we're not going anywhere. But my gut's telling me in the future to wean off and open up in a different direction. And that direction is in coaching and info, in talking to more business owners. And it's in a business that I started, really going hard at now. I started this business a couple of years ago, a year or two ago, called Freedom Founders Club. And this is something that I'm super passionate about. I've never vlogged in a drive-through. We're going through a drive-through. I thought I might as well just get a coffee. So we'll see. Actually, you know what? I'm going to get a Coke, no sugar, because that's what I did. That's what I would always do in the old drives with Jack. So I'm gonna do that. Yeah, let's do that. Get a Coke, no sugar. Bring it back to the old days. Can I just grab one small Coke, no sugar, please? No, that's it, thanks. Thank you. This is very reminiscent. I used to always go through Macca's in my drives with Jack. It's just funny, we come full circle. 7-8 years later. Okay, I think we're back. My whole phone my camera overheated, but we got our drink. Hopefully it doesn't stop recording again. So as I was saying before, I wouldn't have found the love for my coaching business if I didn't just go for it. And my gut now is telling me, hey, I think it's time we go that next step further. We start helping more advanced business owners. We start getting into more coaching and info space, and we just really go for it, right? So that's what my gut is telling me. Now, the funny thing is that I know deep down this is what I need to do. So I'm doing this, and my gut's telling me I need multiple streams of income. And obviously I still sell on Amazon. That's another stream of income. I've got some affiliate stuff going on. It's another stream of income. My main business, obviously, my main coaching business, which is one stream of income. But hey, my gut's telling me you need to diversify, do something else, branch out into something new, right? And that's going into Freedom Founders Club, which will be another info business which helps coaches and consultants. So that's one. And then also on the side, my gut's telling me to learn a new skill. And this new skill, I won't talk too much about it, but this new skill, I want it to be something in the trading sector, like Forex trading, right? And it's just the thought of it really excites me. Now, the funny thing is that me going into this coaching space and the info space, every single coach that I've spoken to, every single coach or professional in the space that I've spoken to, I've said, hey, look, this is what I want to do. I've just talked to them about my ideas. I would say out of the 5 to 10 or around 10 that I've spoken to, probably about 9 of them have said to me, why do you want to do that? Hey, you've got a good Amazon coaching business. Why don't you just stick with that? And it reminds me of when I started Amazon, when I started YouTube. Hey, when I bought this car, right? This car is something that I wanted so badly. In my gut, I knew that I wanted it. And in the back of my mind, it was a little bit scary, but I got it, even though there was a lot of people saying, hey, well, what happens about the charging, Like, how are you going to charge it? And is it that easy to charge? How much range do you get? All the dumb shit that people say, right? And Freedom Founders Club is the exact same, right? It's a new business venture. It's something that I know in my gut I want to do. And you've got people saying, well, I don't know if you should do that. There's this many issues with the industry and it's so competitive and blah, blah, blah. I've been in it this long. It's like, this is the same theme. And the same theme I'm telling you here is I have a gut feeling and I'm going to go for it. Because every time I've had a gut feeling and I go for it, Even if there's ups and downs, it works out if you trust your gut. So how does this relate to you? Take it from my experience. If you have something that you really want to do, that you know in your gut and in your heart is what you want to do with your life, new career, new business, new venture, you want to learn a new skill, whatever it is, you're going to have naysayers. You're going to have people try and talk you out of it, friends, family. Majority of the time, it's friends and family that talk you out of it. Fuck them. It does not matter. Okay, I've had friends, I've had family, I've had people close to me try and talk me out of so many fucking things that I knew that I wanted to do. And if I were to listen to them, I wouldn't be where I am now. This thing keeps overheating. I need to figure this out. But anyway, what I was saying, if it wasn't for me trusting my gut and just going with it, I wouldn't have my business, I wouldn't have the car, I wouldn't have the belief in myself, I wouldn't have even like this new unit that we've moved into. It's like the nicest unit in Brisbane City that I've ever had, right? And it's all because I went for it. Now, let me just scan in. Quick. Thank you, sir. There's no one there. It's just a machine. So my real advice to you is just go for it. Trust your gut and go for it. Because at the end of the day, you are going to be the only one who cares the most about your goals, about where you want to head in life. And that's how it's meant to be. No one else is going to care as much as you about your goals, about, and have you in their best interest as much as you are yourself. And that's how it's meant to be. So whatever it is you want to do, whether you want to start a new business, get into a new career, get into a better position, just go for it. Trust your gut. Your gut is the universe's way of telling you what you should be doing. And you pull these ideas, you trust your gut, you pull these ideas from the universe and you go for it, right? So anyway, I hope this video helped. I know the video cut out quite a bit, but we'll fix that. This is the first time doing this, so let me know what you think. I would love to do this. This car is so nice to drive. Like I'm very glad that I got it. And it's just a testament, right? Go out and get what you want and fuck what anyone else thinks. Trust your gut and just go for it. Anyway, hope you're having a wonderful day or night wherever you're watching. Stay safe. I'll see you in the next one.